Hello everybody, this is McConnell here, the guy that makes the Lego toy movies, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for 400 subscribers. I know it's not much compared to like stuff people get nowadays, like 10 million, 10 billion, all that stuff, but I really appreciate it because I love each and every 425 of you who actually care about watching my garbage content. So I wanted to say thank you guys for 400 subscribers. Kind of just talk about like stuff I'm gonna do for the channel in the future, all that kind of thing. For starters, I'm actually gonna I'm still gonna do Lego stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love doing brick films. I've been doing brick films since 2015. Even though they weren't like real brick films, they were like me stopping the camera and moving the guy and then starting the camera again. Yeah, I mean, that's how brick films started in general, but that's what I was doing way before I actually got good, or I guess what you would call good, in terms of brick film. That's how I got pretty decent. So I'm gonna try doing some other kind of content, like I guess commentary like this or something. Sorry guys, I have really bad allergies. So, I do want to do that. I do want to focus on some gaming stuff because I fucking love video games. I do want to focus on some music stuff too, because even though as much as I love brick film, music has always been more of a passion to me. I've always loved music ever since I was a little baby. My dad would just play freaking rap and rock in the car, because me and him were always on the road a lot. So I would just listen to whatever he put on. He'd put on some older rap, because I don't think he liked all the newer stuff at the time. He would put on the older stuff, NWA, Wu-Tang, all that stuff. He would do that, and then he'd put on rock, like Nirvana or Guns N' Roses and all that, and I would just listen to it. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is the stuff I like. So I've always been more into that kind of music, and that's kind of the stuff I want to try to do for music. But I do want to do some musical content because that's something I like doing. I've been playing guitar for 4 years, maybe 5, I could be wrong. And I wouldn't say I'm like Eddie Van Halen or Dimebag Darrell, but I'm pretty okay at it. I can play a song, I can kind of shred, I don't know. But yeah, I like doing all that stuff. So I've been posting some of that. I've been posting some game stuff. Maybe some discussion videos about video games or music or something, or maybe some reviews and all that. It's just stuff I want to try doing. It's because I don't want to make a whole separate channel just to make one topic of something. I've had people tell me, oh, you should make a separate channel for all of these, and I'm like, no, I really don't want to, because it's, I don't see the point in it. I feel like a channel should be about all aspects of things you're into. I don't think it should be about one aspect of things you're into. I know it's gonna divide a whole community, but to me, I'm about making kind of my own little community where it's just if you're a part of this, you like everything that I'm into, why would you not subscribe to something you're not into, So that's really just been stuff I've been trying to look at in a way, or that's how I look at things. No, but I just don't see the point in doing different channels. I feel like it's too much too. It's very overwhelming watching over like like 10 different channels. Not literally, but like if I were to make more channels, I'm sure there'd be like 10 different ones, because and I used to do that too. And it's not fun. But no, like yeah, so I just decided, hey, you know what, if I'm not like making Lego stuff, I'm gonna make something else. Obviously I'm gonna still make Lego stuff, guys, because I know you guys love it so much. You guys like to deride about it. Hey, when's fucking Venom Let There Be Carnage coming out? Oh yeah, so if you guys know me, that's not coming out ever. I made that script in like freshman year, I think, and I graduated already too, so that was like a while ago. But I made that script like I was a freshman in high school, and I know I said I graduated like twice, but yeah, I graduated. I'm no longer a little baby being in school, being slaved by fucking people who are like, you gotta do friggin' this and this and this. I'm now being slaved by older people to make the big bucks. Now, yeah, I have a job. I'm not working this week because I'm being paid under the table because I don't have an actual ID to get a job, and I should have had one, but that's something for another time. But no, the Venom script, dude, I made that when I was a freshman. And here's the thing, I had like all the voice actors and everything, and I just like, it was like, you know what? I'm not gonna make this. If any of you knew me back then, I was like, yeah, dude, I hate making stuff. I'm gonna just write stuff and then never make it, So that's how I was. So I just like stopped making stuff for whatever reason. But no, like I stopped that, and then and then like going back and reading it now, it was just so bad. If any of you guys would like me to go back and read it with maybe one of my fellow brick filmers or friends, I can, because of how bad and cringy it is. I was listening to I think I was listening to Hollywood Undead. I still do, but not as much as I used to. They're not like one of my favorites. They're kind of just like, I'll listen to them here and there. It's one of those, I was listening to these edgy things, and I was watching these edgy things, and I thought it was so cool doing it, and I just was like, dude, I want to be the edgiest little boy ever. And so I wrote that, trying to be edgy, and just going back into it, it's so bad because of how edgy it is. So that's not ever coming out. I mean, unless I could just rewrite it or make my own. But like, my thing was, I was gonna go into a whole established little Lego Marvel universe, and I'm not really into making Lego Marvel universes. Don't get me wrong, I love Marvel, I love DC, I love superheroes. I've always loved them, even if I have very big issues with what's become of the MCU. But like, no, it's just, I don't know, dude. I just don't like doing that. Unless it's like funny or something, or if I'm having fun doing it, I'll do it. But I just feel like a lot of those are the same. But that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, so for projects, because I do have quite a bit, and I don't like announcing them because they never usually happen when I do announce them, because I'm so fucking lazy or busy. So obviously, if you know the Animation Corner podcast, I don't know what's going on with those guys, or not those guys, even though I'm a part of it. I don't know when we're making another episode, but I announced that I was making a Devil May Cry project. Devil May Cry Dante's Awakening. That is based off one of my favorite video games of all time, Devil May Cry 3 Dante's Awakening. I fucking love that game, and I feel like nobody gives Devil May Cry, besides like LPP Studios, if you know him, he's like as big of a Devil May Cry fan as me, probably bigger, because he's like on that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, he's I feel like there's not a lot of Devil May Cry representation, or not as good animation and representation. I'm not saying LPP is bad. That's not what I'm getting at. But there's not as much representation of Devil May Cry in the Brick Film community. I think there's a lot more like different things going on. A lot of the same thing like Minecraft. Recently Sonic, even though I fucking love doing Sonic videos, which I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna do it 24/7, but I'm not gonna stop doing them. So like I don't think there's much representation for Devil May Cry, or a lot of other things. So I'm kind of just doing I'm doing it off Devil May Cry 3. That's my favorite one, even though 5 is fucking peak, and I think it's the best like modern video game ever. It's better than Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, I said that, Mega Prime. I don't give a shit. It's so much better than fucking Red Dead 2. You know what? I like Red Dead 2. Even though I haven't fucking finished it, I like Red Dead 2. It's a great game, so I hope y'all go play that. But what's it called? No, I think that I think it doesn't get as much representation. I think a lot of games don't. Because people are so focused on like making Lego Star Wars or Batman or whatever. People in the Brick Film community aren't really like interested in games, which I understand. I think I made like a couple of video game stop motions. I know I made Devil May Cry back in the day. I did make Resident Evil, if any of you remember those horrible videos, which I do plan on remaking someday. If you guys, Black Ops 2 Nuketown, which is the map I'm watching myself play on, because I'm just recording commentary. Black Ops 2 Nuketown, I made that video when I was in 8th grade, I think, and my fellow Brick Filmer and buddy, great friend Tip Top Break, me and him would just hop on Black Ops 2, play a multiplayer, and we'd play zombies like all night, and we'd get to like a shit ton of rounds. Like, dude, we were just unstoppable. I'm washed at Black Ops 2 now. I don't know what happened, but no, we would just like play it, and I'm like, dude, I want to make a Black Ops 2 stop motion. And I casted Brick Monkey, and I casted Fire Skull, and I casted Tip Top, and it just never happened. And so yeah, so I made that video, and that was like the video that like made me better, I guess. I had just like met CA1 at the time, and he just helped me out. So if you don't know CA1, he's a fellow Brick Filmer. I don't know if he posts anymore. I haven't watched his stuff in a while, but no, he was one of those people that really helped me out with like getting better at stop motion. Dank Motion Studios was another. There was a lot of people that really helped me out getting better, and I thank everybody for helping me out with that. So, thank you guys if you ever watch this. But no, it's back to what I was saying, because I am just yapping, dude. I'm gonna put a disclaimer that, hey guys, I yap in this video so much, so if you don't want to watch it, fuck off. I do want to make Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is coming out, guys. Like, it's so fucking big right now. It's gonna take a while, though. Oh my god, dude. I'm not even finished with the trailer, which is gonna be insane. It's literally just gonna be the fucking Devil May Cry 3 trailer. Like, not like exactly, because like I don't want to just rip off the entire. Oh my god, that voice crack. I don't want to rip off the entire game. I'm cutting stuff down so it's not the entire game, and just stuff I don't feel is necessary to be in the video. But it's a pretty fucking big project right now. It's one of my bigger ones. I'm 12 scenes in, and I'm still in Act 1, dude. And the cast is pretty big too. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like having real bad issues with casting and shit. Not bad issues, but just like, finding the right people and all that. But it's going good though. I'm still working on it. I would love to work on a soundtrack, but I'm not like fucking that peak at music. I would love to though. If I remaster it or remake the video, I'm gonna make its own soundtrack because I don't like using copyrighted stuff, but I'm gonna have to, or I'll just use it from the game or whatever. So that's a project, obviously, you know, biggest project right now, main project. Next, I'm working on Sonic Adventure. If any of you guys don't know that, it's basically just Sonic CD. It's gonna be kind of like retelling a lot of the Sonic events, but also kind of making my own lore. No, I'm not gonna be having my own OCs or, you know, all of that cringy shit you see in Sonic story content. You know, I'm actually going to be doing my own thing where it's like, oh, you know, for example, like, oh, fucking Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you know, or Sonic Adventure 2, you know, just those are just examples. Those, you know, it's that kind of thing. So, you know, Sonic Adventure 1 right now is, you know, Sonic CD. Sonic 2 would be Sonic and Knuckles. I'm skipping 2 and 1, even though it's kind of the same thing. I don't want to go through like, oh, how Sonic met Tail. I mean, I'll probably do it in like a Sonic Adventure 1 kind of video, but, you know, like as a backstory thing, because they do kind of do that in Sonic Adventure 1. But you know, it's all that stuff's not planned out yet. I think I just finished writing Sonic Adventure, the first Brick film. So I'm still working on that. If you guys seen clips, obviously I'm voicing Sonic because I asked Tango Tay, if you guys know who Tango Tay is, also fellow Brick filmer and good friend of mine. And this is no diss towards you, Tango. When I ask him to voice, most of the time, if he's voicing the main character, I don't think he knows what's going on. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just voice Sonic, and you know what, it works. It's not the best voice, it's not, you know, cinematic, freaking Ryan Drummond, fucking Jason Griffith, all that stuff. So, you know, it's whatever. So yeah, that's another project I'm working on. And then Transformers Earthbound, that's another Brick film. Those are these are just 3 main Brick films I'm working on, and then I don't think I have anything else planned at the moment. Besides like maybe some side stuff. So Transformers Earthbound, basically it's just gonna be Optimus Prime goes to Earth. Optimus Prime gets kicked out of Cybertron, goes to Earth. He's never been to Earth. He's basically there to survive. You know, it's just gonna be about him. This is like after like War for Cybertron or some shit, right? But it's just gonna be him because I don't want to I don't want to do like a generic story where it's like, oh, whoa, freaking Optimus Prime goes down to or the entire freaking crew of Autobots goes down to Earth and they fight Megatron. You know, that's basically kind of it's gonna be like Optimus Prime. You know, he crashed on Earth. He's been dead for how long is it's basically gonna be like G1 where they're basically dead for a super long time until the humans wake them up or something, or if you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen the original Generation 1 cartoon. So it's gonna be like that, but it's just gonna be Optimus Prime. It's not gonna be anybody else for right now, at least, because I want to keep it. It's more of build up. I want to say it's not. I don't want to make it like they're already fucking fighting Unicron now, or fighting Megatron or something. So he's gonna be fighting a character I made, which I was gonna do for an original project. This is basically like that same project, but kind of just better. It was gonna be called, the character's name's Kraven. He's gonna be literally having the same intentions as Kraven, but he's still a Decepticon, and he is, you know, he's gonna be kind of like Kraven. He's gonna be kind of like Jetstream Sam from Metal Gear Rising, and then I'm gonna try to have the voice of Raiden for him. So, or like when he's like, I'm not gonna do the fucking Raiden voice, but when he has that growly voice. If any of you played Metal Gear Rising or have seen the memes or whatever, you know how Raiden sounds. So, that's a project. I'm really excited for that. It's gonna be in like Legos and everything too. It's gonna be like, cause I can't afford fucking Transformers toys. I'm broke. So it's gonna be in Legos. I'm gonna try to make it work at least. So that's another project. Unfortunately, I'm in Arizona, so I can't start working on those projects unless it's script wise, and I'm already finished with one of them. So I'm making scripts for those other two right now. And for the last project, it's smaller. It's called basically Death Note, and it's basically just gonna be a fucking parody of Death Note. And because, hey, I love Death Note. It's a good anime, but fuck, dude, it got boring after like a couple episodes where it's like, oh, they lose their memories and shit. Like, I hated that arc, and it kind of got bullshit with Nier and all that. But so I was like, might as well just make a joke about it. And I didn't want to make a Death Note break film, so might as well. Am I right? So that's all for break film videos that I have planned. I promise those will come out soon. But it's not gonna be out for a while because scripting, casting, animating, all that stuff. But I'll post on my Instagram about it. I'll post on YouTube Shorts or whatever. I'll post on my Discord, which I'll link in the description below if you guys would like to go join and follow those. Also follow my second channel. I just post random shit. But that's all for just like break film content. Music content. Obviously, I'm gonna do maybe like guitar covers. I'm in a band. It's not officially started yet. We're working on a 4-piece demo or 4-track demo. The band's name is Chengha. It's a weird name. It basically means kill me quick. Me and my buddy Sly, I've made a video with him doing Avenged Sevenfold. If you guys seen that video, me and my buddy Sly, we were already in a band with 2 other guys, but it just didn't work out. The 2 other guys, one of them, he actually was passionate in it, and the other one was kind of just too picky, wouldn't let us write shit, all that. So me and him were like, fuck it, we're gonna make our own thing. So me and him were like, okay, here we go. And we got a vocalist, we got a bassist. We're still looking for a drummer. But so basically our sound is gonna just be metal, rock, whatever. We're not really going for a specific genre like a lot of these bands do, where it's like, we want to be new metal, we want to be groove metal, we want to be thrash. We're actually gonna try to do our own thing. Hopefully it'll work. So when that demo comes out, you'll hear a lot of different styles coming out of it. You might hear some punk, you might hear some grunge, you might hear some fucking death metal in it, maybe some deathcore, metalcore, all that kind of stuff. It's because a lot of us, or the most of us in that band, are into about every genre. Except I'm not into like every genre. I kind of keep my genres closed. I don't like pop music, I don't like electric dance music, I don't like country music unless it's like Johnny Cash. I don't like a lot of I wouldn't say mainstream stuff, but like stuff that's just generic and you listen to it and it's shitty and it's on the radio and all that. So that's not really my thing. I'm more into heavier stuff. I'm more into rock music. I'm more into that kind of stuff. And people sit there and say, how do you fucking listen to that stuff? I don't know, it's comforting. But no, that's a project I'm working on too with my buddy Sly. I've known him since I was a junior in high school and he was a freshman. And I'm not a pedophile. I'm not into risen up freshmen. But he's supposed to be a sophomore too, but he got held back. I don't know why. It's none of my business. So he got held back, whatever. But he plays guitar. I play guitar. We got a vocalist and then we got a bassist. So now we just need a drummer. And so we're working on stuff. It's gonna be a while till that stuff comes out. I do have an account for that on Instagram if you guys want to go follow that. That's a thing that the both of us are working on. That's our project right there. And so, that's music. And then today I'm supposed to record this because this is like the only thing that's really easy for me to do, even though I'm still writing for everything else. I'm doing a playthrough kind of series with a bunch of my friends, and it's going to be kind of like Game Grumps. If you guys don't know Game Grumps, it's these two guys, and they play video games, and they chit-chat, and they're funny as fuck. And so that's what we're going to kind of do. I'm going to do it with the first Resident Evil, as you can see on the camera, or on the screen right now. I'm going to be doing it with the first Resident Evil. I'm going to have different guests every episode, and I'm going to be just, having a gay old time, because, I love video games, and I do want to kind of explore some of that, and I do love playthroughs, and I hate the non-commentary playthroughs, and I want to bring back the older kind of playthroughs where it's just some dude fucking smoking pot on his Xbox 360 playing old Resident Evil games. Like, dude, that was the shit back in the day. I don't know what happened to that. Everyone's so fucking lame now. Like, I can watch playthroughs. I can't watch like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier anymore. Like, the new stuff that they put out, it's just so fucking boring. Like, they just, I don't know, dude. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But no, I do want to kind of bring that old kind of style back, but not really, because I do want to chop out like a lot of the fucking bloated shit from all that kind of, what's it called? All that kind of, all that kind of, I should have scripted this because I can't talk. I have the worst speaking ever. But no, I do want to cut out the bloating of, I want to say, the video. Like, if there's like nothing going on, I'm gonna cut that out. Like, just stuff like when we're talking, and when we're talking and joking around, if I'm raging at something, that's stuff I want to keep in there. But if it's just like nothing's going on, I'm gonna cut that out. So I want to say Game Grumps inspired that kind of thing. Piplup Fan 77, if any of you guys know that dude, he has inspired me so much with a lot of things, which I'll get into in a minute. He inspired me to do this kind of thing too. Corey Kenshin, obviously, like, who the fuck doesn't like Corey Kenshin? Eamon, I forget how to say his name. He inspired me too, even though, and it's I don't know, dude. It's just like that. Plenty's another inspiration too. Tim Henson, Smith Plays, a lot of Black Ops Zombies kind of guys. Those guys inspired me to do this kind of thing. And yeah, that's all my projects right now. I don't have anything else planned. I have those kind of things going on. I'm still going to be working on shorter videos, just stupid shit, just to keep my channel alive at least. So if you just see shorter videos being stupid, experimental stuff, that's what I'm working on. But I do want to thank some guys, some friends, buddies, fellow animators, all that. Obviously, I want to thank, my mom and my dad for actually being support, and my stepmom, I should say. I forget her sometimes. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you, but I want to say thank you to both my moms, actually, because my stepmom, I consider my mom. She's taking care of me a lot. When my mom wasn't there in my life. I want to thank my biological mom, my actual mom, because she's actually come back in my life and, been there for me too. She's starting to be a better parent. She's taking care of my sister and everything. I love her. I want to thank my dad. I want to thank the three of them for being supportive and being there when I'm not doing well, being there when I have really bad mental issues, because I do have really bad mental issues. If any of you guys know that, which I'm not going to get into. I want to thank them for doing that. I want to thank them for, supporting me with doing this kind of break film thing, always pushing me to do that kind of thing, always supporting me with the music stuff, helping me get through school, helping me, with figuring stuff out. I want to thank them for that. I want to thank them for actually taking care of me and raising me and doing all that stuff. Best fucking people I've ever met. I want to thank my grandma too. You know, I fucking love my grandma, and if she dies, I'm gonna crash out. She's the reason why I have a lot of the Legos I do, when I make brick films. You know, like if you've seen all that Sonic stuff, she's the reason why I have a lot of the Sonic figures. So, and my new guitar, keep in mind. I want to thank her for that. I want to thank my Uncle Patrick for telling me keep going and just keep going with the guitar stuff. I want to thank him. I want to thank Evan. You know, if none of you guys know Evan, I want to thank Evan just for being there, just for being a great fucking friend for me. I want to thank my buddy Ty, my best friend. I want to thank him for everything. He was like one of my only friends. And I say one of, I still had friends, but I had really bad friends at one point, and they were starting to bully me and all that, and I got bullied a shit ton until I moved into homeschooling. I want to thank my friend. I want to thank my best friend Ty for helping me with school and all that. I want to thank his family too. They fucking just did so much for me, and I wish I could repay them back. They did a lot for me, you know, and I'm eternally grateful for them, and I still feel like I owe them for everything that they've done for me. You know, I want to thank one of my best friends too, Zach. He's been there for me. I've known him since 7th grade, so I've known him longer than Evan and Ty. I want to thank him. He's been one of those friends that were super positive towards me. You know, one of those friends who fucking understood me too. I'm not saying other guys didn't. They understood me too. I want to thank him for just being one of those fucking amazing friends for me. You know, just sticking by my side. You know, he knew a lot of my issues too. You know, great dude. Fucking love him. I want to thank, you know, Sly, obviously. I call him Sly. He has a name. I just don't want to say it because I don't want him to be pissed if he ever sees this video. I want to thank him, you know, for fucking backing me up with a lot of things. You know, telling me, hey, if I'm doing something stupid, whatever. Just being a great friend towards me. You know, having my back on a lot of things. Helping me out with his band. You know, he didn't have to do any of that. He's still doing it, you know. You know, I'm grateful for him. He's a great dude. Fucking love the dude. He's funny as hell too. And these other guys are funny as fuck too. Chris, I haven't mentioned him at all through this video, but Chris, I want to thank him too. He's, again, one of those friends that helped me. All these guys, everybody I'm going to thank either helped me with mental stuff or just like kept me going. I want to thank him too. You know, he's a funny fucking dude too. I want to thank him. I want to thank my band members too for just being there. You know, actually putting up with this shit, wanting to actually fucking do this shit. You know, I want to thank those guys. I want to thank Evan's mom. Really helped me out with a lot of things. You know, she's like I have like 10 different fucking moms in my life. So, you know, she's, you know, and Ty's mom too. You know, so I want to thank, you know, the both of them. They were like other moms for me. Really took care of me, really helped me out with stuff, taught me a lot of things. You know, I'm not saying my mom didn't or my stepmom didn't. They did. They tried. And they did pretty damn good. They were, but those guys too taught me a lot of things too. Fuck, who else? Obviously, I want to thank Tip Top Break. It was like one of those dudes who was there. He was like there in the beginning. He was like if you thought of a duo in brick film, you thought of Tip Top Break and McConnell. Boom. I want to thank that dude. He's been there forever. He's been there supporting me. Never left my side. I want to thank Fire Skull too. He's never left my side. Any of that stuff. You know, I want to thank Brick Monkey too. Just the three of those guys never left my side with a lot of that stuff. You know, all of that. You know, great fucking dudes. I just dropped something. Great fucking dudes. You know, just helping me out with a lot of things. Never left my side. I've had them by my back for a long time. Mega Prime Films, I want to thank that dude. He's been around me for a while now too. He's one of those friends who I can go to and talk to, and it's been very supportive. Is willing to tell me when I'm wrong, or is willing to give me good criticism and all that. He's a great brick filmer too. These other guys are great brick filmers too. Retro Z, I don't know if any of you guys know who Retro Z is, but if you're in a Resident Evil server with me, I want to thank him. I want to thank Skywalker Animations. I don't know if he goes by that name still, but I want to thank him too. Tango Tay, just for fucking inspiring me to animate again and use tiled floors and actually do better things in animation. Like, dude, that dude fucking inspired me. He's a great friend too. I love the dude. I want to thank Mia Animations. She's a great friend. I love her to death. One of my best friends ever. Icy Allen, I want to thank him too. Really sweet kid, really funny dude. Brick Boys, also another big inspiration for me. He's fucking insane with his animations as well. I want to thank him. He inspired me. He's a funny fucking dude too. Very out of pocket, but I can't sit there and say I'm not, because I'm very fucking out of pocket too. No, I want to thank, what's it called? I want to thank CA1 for actually making me a better animator. Because back then I just didn't know easing in and out and camera angles and all that. And he's like, hey, bruh, look, boom. And he's fucking just showed me everything. I'm like, okay, diva. And so it made me better. Dank Motion Studios, also, I don't talk to these guys anymore, unfortunately. But, if they ever come across this video and see it, thank you guys for making me better at animation. Solrak Jr., thank you for just being a sweet dude, having some sick ass fucking music taste, and thank you for letting me voice in Knights of the Past, because I fucking love that brick film, and thank you just for being supportive and all that. I want to say thank you to Cool Crocodile for being a fucking Chad, being funny as hell. Who else am I forgetting? Green Lego Bender, that dude's sick. I like that dude a lot. Fully Stoked Productions, also supportive, super cool dude. Frontier, he goes by Agent Frontier now, I guess, but I want to say thank you, Frontier. He basically was one of the people that inspired me to go into Lego Sonic content. Same with Tango Tay. Ethan Films too. A lot of those guys I kind of just took a lot of style from. If I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. I have really bad memory. For inspirations though, I might have the worst memory ever, but obviously I want to thank my favorite YouTuber. None of you guys will know this dude. Jordan Underneath. This dude is fucking just like, he doesn't make these kind of videos anymore. He kind of does his own thing now, a different thing. Jordan Underneath. Very talented guy. I want to thank him for just inspiring me to just make content, just make funny stuff, just being myself, playing a character, but being myself with all these kind of things. And I want to thank him for just opening that door for me, just doing that kind of thing. Talking about different kind of things, talking about obscure kind of things, talking about, making my own different kind of content, just making stuff. He inspired me to do that. And he, helped me through a lot of depression, helped me through a lot of, suicidal things, because I've had really bad issues with suicidal thoughts, unfortunately, just helped me out with a lot of that stuff, inspired me just to do content and all that. If I just wanted to watch something, I would go to him a lot of the time. I wanted to thank, what's his face? Cat Icarus too. Just for inspiring me to do kind of video game sort of content, that kind of thing. Scott the Waz, obviously, because dude's fucking funny as hell. Old Act Man, not this newer stuff because it kind of blows ass, but Old Act Man inspired me to do more video game centered stuff too, talking about other things than Nintendo or PlayStation or just older games or whatever, talking about Xbox and PC and all that. Obviously these kind of videos I've never made before, but I do plan on doing it. What's it called? Corey Kenshin, just for inspiring me to want to go and do kind of playthrough kind of things. And Iman and Plenty and old Jacksepticeye, old Markiplier. Those guys I really enjoy. Just to, kind of make that kind of content and make playthrough kind of things. Fuck, dude, the Godfather who inspired me to do everything. PipLupFan77, even though he's not my favorite animator, I'd say my favorite animator that I know and who I look up to is Tango Tay, but, I don't want to give him a fucking ego boost right now. No, I want to thank PipLupFan77. That dude fucking just opened the floodgates for animation for me. I grew up on animated stuff, obviously, cartoons and all that, but I never, and brick films and all that, but I never was like, oh, I want to go do that stuff until I saw PipLupFan77. I think it was episode 22, Curtain Call, and he was like, oh, Sonic, go boom, and he makes Sonic toys go fighting. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That is so fire. And I want to thank him for just opening that. A lot of my ideas come from him too. So, I rip him off sometimes. He inspired me to do my own Sonic thing. Inspired me to animate. Lifeline the Hedgehog is another animator I look up to. Boostifer, Dark Lord Pikachu, Pilot Tales. A lot of the older Sonic animators inspired me to do that kind of thing. Obviously some brick filmers, Fancy Pants. There was another one, the dude who made the Force Unleashed videos with the actual story in it, if you know what I'm talking about. I forget his name. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll put a lot of these guys up on the screen too. What's his name too? Castle Cyclops, Edbound, Forest Fire for a bit. Older Forest Fire. I'm not a very big fan of his new stuff right now. It's kind of whatever. Shit, dude, am I forgetting anybody? I'll put other people, thanking them, honorable mentions. If I don't mention you guys, I'm so sorry. But, it's crazy, dude. And I know, 40-minute video just talking about stupid shit, ranting and all that, for 425 subscribers. I know you're probably thinking, that's fucking stupid. No, to me it's not. To me, I'm eternally grateful. I'm grateful if I had one subscriber. At least I'm making content for somebody that likes it. Like, you subscribe to me, I'm making something. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for 425. And if I made more, content, and I made, like, if I got, 500, I'll be like, thank you for 500 and 600 and 700 and 800, 900 and 1,000. I'm grateful for all of that shit. So, thank you guys for sitting through this horrible rant video that I have to edit now. And I am going to go and do that. I'm going to probably record the Resident Evil video right now too. Because I don't have all the time in the world besides making this video and that other Resident Evil video. So thank you guys for sticking around. Hopefully I can get back to brick film content soon. Hopefully, because I have a job now, I can go and buy a bunch of figures and just make whatever, because I just like animating and all that. And yeah, thank you. I have an Instagram, I have a Discord server, I have a second channel. Go join and follow all that stuff if you want to. Please subscribe if you're not already. You're just watching this video. I don't know why you're watching this video. This video isn't for you if you're not subscribed. Like, what the hell, man? But please do it anyways. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking by me for how many fucking years. Probably not a lot, but just sticking by me. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.